Anti-white Atlanta mayor Andrew Dickens wants to run for a second term. I will have a few words about it. I am currently in Utah and I was forced out and gang stalked out of Atlanta, Georgia. After starting questioning my mother's death, I was pushed out of Atlanta, Georgia. We had an apartment there, condominium, for a very long time. We live between two states, between Salt Lake City, Utah, and Atlanta, Georgia. My mother, long-term professor of electronics, retired over the last few years in Atlanta, so she lived there full-time. And what I would say directly that she didn't leave this world because of natural causes. She worked in Africa for a very long time. She had contacts with governments. She was married for actually two of her husbands worked in Africa, one in Angola with her, and the last one worked in Kenya. He worked as a engineer and a manager for energy company owned by the daughter of former president of Kenya, Kenyatta. So my father, who was a nuclear engineer, had a patent, and my mother knew about the proliferation of nuclear technology in Africa in the 80s during the Cold War. Plus, she had a connection, as I said, with governments and people, and long time ago in Ukraine, she trained Cubans to operate ballistic missiles. Later, the same Cubans came to Angola and worked this time against South Africa. And de facto, my mother knew a lot of secrets, and there's something was done to her in Atlanta, and I claim this to be impulse weapon. And what happened? A very short time, I started having big problems, and I lost my job. I was a supervisor of security company, Allied Universal Security. And at the same time, I had very good apartment that I lost. Was gang stalked for me, actually. And I was warned, if you don't sell it, they want me to sell it de facto for the price of 20 years ago. And we live in a place called Buckhead area. And so bottom line, we lost a lot of stuff there. So whoever ordered this thing make me de facto homeless. I'm half homeless. Between I sleep when I have money, I sleep in a hotel. When I don't have money, I sleep in the car. And as I said, from a four stars condominium, I went to my car, and the cheapest hotel possible when I have money. So unfortunately I started living on donations of friends that supported me, but there's limits for a lot of stuff, and I started having my social security, but the social security did not pay me the money back that with the back date up to 10 months. It would have been really good, but it didn't happen. There is a long battle going on between Buckhead and Atlanta, Georgia. Buckhead area is a part of Atlanta the size of San Francisco that contributes to Atlanta's treasury 40% of the money. And the leadership of Atlanta, Georgia doesn't let this area go because of the money they can collect. The problem for the management of Atlanta is that Black Lives Matter a long time ago were against separation of Buckhead area from Atlanta. And because 88% of Buckhead area are whites, and with the 40% of the entire income of Atlanta that comes from Buckhead area, they would have hired more police, they would increase helicopter flights over the area. And the other thing, what happens is de facto they had no ambulance services. My mother had to wait 6-7 hours to get the ambulance to come and to take her to the hospital, which creates two things. First, it's health issue because you don't have emergency service right away. And the second thing is the when ambulance arrived, by some kind of a coincidence, anytime ambulance came, it was late at night. And when they take the person to the hospital late at night, there's no social workers. Even my mother, who was a professor for a very long time and she had a good coverage, there is no way all of their coverage to be good enough. So you have always end up with paying stuff out. But when you arrive at the emergency room and you have somebody who's a social worker, and the social worker will assist you to find coverage, you don't have to pay. This way, thousands of dollars go away. But this is what the part is as a second side of policies. You contribute massive tax income to the city, and at the same time, you even cannot get the ambulance. So, one of the people who wanted to organize to separate from Atlanta, Georgia, he now works in Belgium. For the Trump administration, and he said that the mayor of Atlanta is racist against whites, and I have absolutely agree with this because there's several situations that happened that just confirmed this opinion from me as well. So bottom line, I lost my apartment after gang stalking. I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I even couldn't pick up my stuff inside the apartment. I didn't have enough money because they gave me a very big price. I had attack on me by bureaucracy in a way. Plus, I had people involved that they are from black masonry from South and North Carolina. And the fact that they said, you don't want to hear, but not just don't want to hear, they didn't want me to leave. You see, in Atlanta, the problem is if you're white and if you end up on the street like a homeless person, you have several choices there. And one of the choices is the first one, they force you to go to homeless shelter, which is full of blacks. And there are groups of people that you don't know them that actually are gang stalkers and they work against you. This is one thing. But if you decide to live on the street and you're white, there is a black gangs. They're showing them on the videos. You can look the videos on YouTube. There's gangs in Atlanta. See, this is those. So they go and they attack white people who are homeless. Okay. And so what I did, I had to run from Atlanta de facto. Just a few minutes when I had my apartment entry shut off for me, I just got downstairs and I ran to my car. I already fortunately loaded stuff there for a long time ago. I took the most necessary stuff, and all I did, I just fill up my car and I drove to Iowa without stopping the fact just to fill up some gas. More than 1,200 miles because there was a danger for my life. And when I tell it to people, some of them believe, some of them don't, but there is some kind of a change coming to the south of the United States. I saw people from different countries of Africa that they behave like they're at home. Once I was even told, you will see after election what's going to happen. And I'm not going to comment further, but the mayor of Atlanta is that for now that he's going to be running for a second term. He's partially one of the initiator of this type of behavior of the city. Really fast insert. He wanted to defund the police. He served on this political approach that police are racist. Atlanta became really racist against whites. This is it for now. We'll do another video later, maybe. Not today, but later in the week.